Art. Hey everyone, and welcome to another fun episode of Minecraft. As you guys can tell, it's a little bit like a fishing jamboree or just fishing thing. I can't call it a fishing jamboree because I think Rooster Teeth might actually get upset with me. But yeah, not much. A few things have happened since the last time I've done one of these. I'm not going to be answering questions. I'm not going to be doing what I always do, where I talk about current the girls I'm falling for and all that stuff. I will be telling you a little bit about stuff like that, but also I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about a few things that have happened since before this recording. Sorry, that popping sent my knuckles. All pretty much the little events that have happened up until now, because I am recording this on the 12th of February, literally smack dab in the middle of the month. I think whenever I'm in the middle of the month, I'll do one of these. I'll do a fishing episode, and I'll record it in the middle of the month to tell you guys what has happened so far, and the things that might be coming out, what might not be coming out, that kind of thing. So I don't know if I would call this a podcast, but I will be calling this the information episode. One big thing. You guys might be hearing me talk about two new people. I got in touch with an old friend of mine. You will see her as, I think, Vampira, and another friend of mine, a new friend, one of hers, Unicorn. I'm just going to call her Unicorn. If they say they want their name said, they might be heard, but they are working on an island way out at sea. They have their own island. Beansy is still working on his stuff, say out over by his destroyed mansion, over by Dogsit Mountain, or I think he's also working on his house. Because whenever he comes in and he wants to work on something, he says, I'm going to go work on my mansion, you go record or do whatever you want. And Beansy and me, we also don't play Minecraft very much, especially Beansy. I play it to record, or if I'm working on something, like we've been doing the finish up the projects. This year is going to be a lot of finishing up old projects, and I'm actually working on a new one that my friend Vampira, I'm just going to call her Vam, that Vam told me was a cool idea, but they didn't want to put it on their island. And I will be showing you, at the end of the episode, you will actually see me walk past it. The big nether tower kind of looking thing. But, I got back into talking to an old friend of mine. I'm just going to call her by her first letter, A. Me and A, back in high school, I had a huge crush on her. Like, to the point where when my friend threatened to tell her and she said, oh, I already known, that's why he's so far in the friend zone, it felt like I got Sparta kicked in the nuts. But, sorry, I had to take a drink. Whenever I go quiet like that, I'm taking a drink, I'm sorry. But, I finally got to hang out with her after a couple of years. And normally she doesn't like hanging out with me. Mainly because she knows I had feelings. I don't have those same feelings anymore. Where it's like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. Oh, we could be perfect together. No, not anymore. The only relationship I can say I have is more of mild attraction. She doesn't like me as in either a potential, and I have to say it like this because this is her mindset as well. She doesn't see me as a potential mate, just to have fun with. She doesn't see me as boyfriend material or husband material. Plus, she doesn't want to stay in Wisconsin while I actually want to move to a bigger city like Milwaukee, Madison, or Oshkosh. Well, she wants to get out of state because she's had a few problems here in the state that she wants to get off. She wants a fresh slate. So A and me, I want to say, the 7th. We went out and we hung out. We got breakfast together. Then we walked around, played checkers. I beat her ass like a baby back bitch. Boom! Hope she hears this. And it was fun to hang out with an old friend and not have any implications like I would with a date, where instead of considering this a date, I thought of it more And it wasn't even a day. It was just two friends hanging out. But all my friends and people I said, when they asked, hey, what are you doing Friday? I'm going to hang out with my friend. Oh, you got a date. I didn't see it as that. Because, yeah, if it was a date, I would have pulled out all the stops. I would have dressed up nice. I wouldn't have been smoking. Because you don't want people knowing you smoke cigars like I do. And she actually enjoyed one of my little filtered Swisher Sweet cigarillos or cigaretto what would you call it? What would you call a cigar with a filter? I don't classify them as a cigar, but we decided, after we hung out for a long time, and I'm actually looking at getting a tattoo. It will be on here when I get it. I'll even have Egg come around with me when I go and get it, just so they can see if you guys ever come to Wisconsin or near a town called Ripon. I don't live there, but I live around there. I'm trying to be very careful not to say where I am in case if someone actually sees this and becomes one of those stalker fans or whatever, but yeah. I might get her to record me getting my tattoo, get everything going, which would be fun for me. And yeah, I don't know. It depends on what happens with her, because she currently has to get a job with the same company I work with every day, my current job. But yeah, and that actually is a segue into my next. No, actually, I want to stay on this topic a little bit longer. Sorry, but yeah, we actually went out and got drinks. I didn't try anything like I would for a date. It was surprising to me because I know how I would have acted during a date. And I was trying to make her feel comfortable, like, oh yeah, I'm just as weird as you. I'll make the dirty jokes. I'll make the dirty suggestions. I acted so unlike myself. It was like a couple days before I could be like, no, just fucking stop. Just fucking stop. And I think because of that, I lost her as a friend for a little while. Like, they still think I'm kind of weird because of the things I had to say or because of the things I wanted to say. And because I actually got drunk one night before we had to go hang out, and the night before. And it was like, oh, fuck, I'm so drunk. And I actually stayed up. She thought I got some sleep. I stayed up, and I went and did my normal hangover thing. Where if I was knowing I was going to be out in the town getting breakfast or lunch or something, I would go and I would, funny enough, I would get a omelet. There's this little place in Ripon called the Family Diner. It's a pretty good diner. And they give you these omelets that are as big as a platter, almost as big as the platter, and it comes with hash browns, and it also comes with gravy and sauce. The one I get has gravy and sausage with ham, and it's known as a country omelet. It has a lot of meat and gravy. Comes with toast, French toast, or pancake or fruit. Like, it's a nice spread, and it's not that much. Me and her ate for a little, just like I think it's like, with the tip, I think I spent $25 on just 2 omelets, some toast, coffee, and I left a $3 tip. I left a $4 tip. So it wasn't that bad. And yeah, but again, like I was trying to say beforehand, I was surprised because normally when I do that kind of stuff and I go out to hang out with my friends, if I knew the friend was single and they were looking for a date or a boyfriend or just a partner for a while, I would have been right there, like, hitting just constantly. You would just hear nothing but pickup lines. I made a bunch of dirty jokes. I made a bunch of references like, man, that blows. I would make the joke, well, I got something you can blow. I would be making those, and to me, it made me feel so fucking dirty. Because I am that guy. I'm the guy that still makes that rude joke, but to constantly be that guy, and because she made it seem like that's the kind of person she is now, just constantly bam, 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 joke, 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 and making them more and more dirty as the day went on. It was just ugh. And sad thing, I my friends made fun of me for a little while because they said when I was drunk, I should have tried to make a move. But at the same time, and like I've been saying, I'm proud of myself because of this. I didn't because it wasn't like it was when I was a kid, like 18, 19, just turned 21, where it would be go out to the bar and, oh, sweet, friend's here, let's get drunk. And then I'd make a pass because I was drunk. I only had a beer, first off, so she'd think, oh, lightweight. But also, it didn't feel right. Like, I didn't... The best way to say it, I didn't feel like me and her could be a couple. I hung out with her for a little while. I could not see us as a couple, ever. I could not see us as anything more than just friends. And to me, that's a big milestone because before she said, yeah, let's start hanging out, let's go on the town, she always thought that I would have feelings for her forever. And I'll admit, for a while there, it was like, oh man, I wonder what she's doing. I wonder if I could actually get her to date me now. Yeah. Just like a normal single guy thing. And then the mind switched over from being a simple, oh, I want to date, to something a little worse, being, oh, I just want to know if I could hit that and be done. Which, now after I hung out with her, it'd be like, no. No. I have... Wisconsin is a big place, and if I really want to go have adult fun, I can find it somewhere else. She, is not the holy grail. Yes, she's a high school crush. She was my middle school crush. But she is not going to be, oh no, the one that got away. No, the one that got away is currently on my mind, and I'm actually very, very sad about it. Because we used to be good friends, and then she asked me a question that she didn't like the answer to, and now she won't talk to me. It kind of hurts, but she's also an engaged woman, so what can I do? Oh well, but yeah, that's what happened to me a couple weeks ago, and I'm surprised because I'm gonna keep going back because it's like I actually matured a lot. And then a couple days later, it's like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? And then finally, after some like looking into myself, like I actually had to pull myself away from the situation and be like, well, that's weird. I never act like this. It looks like I matured a little bit. And that's what I have to mark it as. I matured up enough to say, oh, she is not my glass ceiling. She is not my glass ceiling. And a lot of my friends said, oh, when you went out hanging out with her, she didn't offer to pay for anything besides the stuff. She wanted to get like a bracelet when we went over to a pawn shop. And she always thought, I always thought that she was a cool person. Apparently they think she's just a user. I don't know. I can't say anything about it like that. I said I'd buy breakfast. I said I'd buy coffee. I said I'd buy. It was on my dime. And I had a lot of fun with it. But at the same time, I'm not made of money, and I'm not that kind of guy where it's just, okay, I'll keep shelling out the cash as often as I can. So all in all, that was my date. As everyone says, my date almost last week. Now I'm onto the channel. I was telling you guys that I was going to be going on and doing a Pokemon battle with Beansy. Due to my work and all that's being pushed way far back because I cannot find any free time between recording normally, working, and housework that I do around the house for the people who I rent my room from. Besides doing all that, there is not a lot I can do. And I mean, like, I am working my tail off just to keep the roof that I have over my head. Plus, have all this stuff recorded so you guys can watch it, have fun with it. And to me, it's just a hobby. Reason why when I get a copyright issue where they say, oh, you can't use this music, or if you want to post this, you got to give us the money from it, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me. This is just for fun. I love video gaming, and if I can record it for someone to watch, like a few people have, you guys are awesome. Speaking of which, I didn't get to put him at the end of this episode. There are actually a few people who have been asking me questions. A few from one guy from 7 Days to Die. I don't remember your name. My buddy who lives right here in town with me, Mr. Garrett. What's going on, buddy? He actually commented on one of the last episodes of Red Dead Redemption, and he was wondering when I was going to start my Red Dead 2 adventure. For you, Gary, that's coming out in a couple of months when we get done with Red Dead. Red Dead has to get done first, and now that I'm finally into a schedule where I can record Red Dead Redemption and I can record everything, we're good. But yeah, until then, we're not going to get there. To the gentleman, I forget your name. You're in the comments though. To you who asked if 7 days, I think I've talked about this previously in a different Q&A or a different podcast kind of thing. He asked when he saw 7 Days to Die if 7 days was also... Sorry, I'm lisping. He asked if 7 days was also for the PC. I sent him back that 7 days, and this is for people who are going to watch this and wonder the same thing, because not a lot of people know that you can play a lot of games on the computer first before you play them on the console, and vice versa. What it is have fun. What it is you can play it on PC, like it's on Steam and all that, but it's different from what I'm playing. Like, there's different mechanics for pickup, there's different mechanics for your bag that will actually slow you down, like you can't run, different health effects, different zombies, like will be sleepers that will lay inside a house and then come to life. Different missions, so that you actually have to go out there, and then you have zombie vultures, so many other different types of zombie animals that you have to fight, along with bigger cities and different mechanics altogether. Plus, then you also get new weapons that you can make with skins, different mechanics like drawbridges and shit like that. Also, different vehicles. You can actually make a Doom buggy in the game, along with a helicopter. Helicopter is what I would personally want to have, even if it would be like super hard to fly, just because during a 7-day horde, that if like my shit was getting ripped apart and I had to get away, I could just go up, fly away. Easiest thing in the world to do, and then I can have a tower or somewhere where it has a nice big defense. I'd go live there until everything calmed down. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that changed between the PC and the console version, because apparently the people who own the game lost the rights to, I think it was Telltale. Telltale went out of business and sold the rights to the console, which they had, to a different company. And now these guys are trying to petition to get it back, trying to do contracts and trying to figure out how to get it back so the console can get a massive upgrade up to what we are now. So there's that. So for anyone who was wondering about that kind of thing, who saw his comment and you wanted me to respond a little bit more into it, there you go. I know I talked a little bit about it in the latest episode. I think that was either 45 or 46. I talked about it, but this is just also so I can touch a little more base to it. That way, if I miss something, you guys know about it. And also, that for me, I recorded that last week. That's the other thing. What you guys don't understand is, and I gotta leave my mic for a sec to look. Yeah, I am recorded all the way up to March 13th right now. I have all that done, and that's all the Wednesday, episode 30, episode 9, episode 31, 10, and 32 of the 30s are of Skyrim, and the base 9, 10 numbers are for Riptide. I'm working on this episode now for the 17th. I have one more episode to work on for the 31st. I still have episode 35 and 36 of Assassin's Creed 3 to work on, because we're still working on the DLC, the Tyranny of George Washington. Then I got Red Dead episode 10, 11, and Far Cry 11 and 12. I do this in advance, that way I can try to relax. I can try to work on other things. Like currently, I'm actually trying to paint my own controller face. And it's a little bit of fun, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of skill, I guess, because I am using acrylic paint. And I'm being told by the person teaching me that I suck bowels at it. But yeah, we are caught up quite a bit further. I'm actually currently right now recording episode 3 and 4 of The Punisher, and after The Punisher, I'm going to go and work on either Max Payne, which is on the same system, or I'm actually going to go and I'm going to work on my Xbox One and record some of another game. I am doing the Saints Row collection, along with, I'm going to try and get some of it done, but I'm getting so many copyrights, I'm getting so much shit from all of the people who own the game. I'm trying to record, like, GTA to go with it, but every time I get to, like, in San Andreas, I go to the gym to buff my guy up. The song Lowrider, which is playing in the gym, makes it so I can't even post that. They refuse to post it on YouTube. So, that being said, I got to work on getting that stuff done. Oh, before I forget, at the end of this episode, or near the end of the episode, you guys are going to see, not only for when I get done fishing, about 35, 36, about that minute mark, I go over to the cemetery. I've been working on the cemetery, adding names, and this episode actually shows you guys all the people who died of last year and this year. And these are just a few names I quickly grabbed and put in there. We'll put more in a couple more months, but at the 36-minute mark, I actually put Kobe and his daughter in there. I have been waiting for an episode to put them in, just because they're a big thing. He was a big name to the sports industry, but other than that, everyone I've put in are either friends, fictional characters, historical figures, or something. Kobe Bryant, I ain't even saying his name wrong. It's not Kobe Bryant, it's Bryant. But the sad thing about his death was, to me, it wasn't just that, oh, Kobe died. His daughter, her friend, her mom, or her parents, the pilot, so many other people died. But you mainly only see, for the news, Kobe, his daughter. Personally, and I'm saying this personally, if I'm wrong, sorry, but I did not see any eulogy, anything in the news about her friend, about her friend's parents, about the pilot. I didn't see anything for anyone else. Just, oh yeah, these people were in there. I didn't see anything on the news besides Kobe and his daughter. I go online and it says Kobe and his daughter were buried. They didn't say anything about the other people. I get he was an NBA superstar pretty much, but at the same time, he was just a guy. He was a guy that played basketball. His daughter was his daughter. That hurts a little bit because she was still young enough that she could have gone out and had a full life. But then you hear about this friend of hers, and it's like, oh yeah, she was in there too. And then I listen, because you guys know I'm a big Logan Paul fan. I'm part of the Mavericks. Then I hear from my impulsive that there's a guy who actually says that, oh, this is good. And it is completely disgusting hearing that. I agree with Mike. If that guy was around, people ought to beat him the fuck down for saying this was a good thing. Death is never funny, and when it's an accident like this, it's never fun. So, but, yeah, I'm getting a little off topic here. He gets put in at the end of the episode just before it goes into the funeral cemetery entries. I actually called it the funeral entries because it's a bunch of different people, and one I am afraid I had to take out of there, or I might just leave it in, Mr. Peanut, because I did the funeral entries before the Super Bowl, and I didn't get to see him come back to life until afterwards. So I'm a little ticked off. So, yeah. This episode, I'm just doing little stuff. Hopefully 93, 94, we're going to go out and goof around. I know on the agenda I'm going to be working on maps again. Because I lost that achievement where you get a 3x3 map of your complex. So, because I have in the corner a little white spot in every single fucking... But I'm going to go in and I'm going to quickly gather all the maps that I need for my area, for Shaderland. And because of that, I'm also going to be going and doing the other places too. And I'm going to have the jungle base. I'm going to have the new base, which I got to show you guys. Also, Shaderland and Beansy's place. The new Frontier place where you take the pixel art bridge to this other place. Also, we got new pixel art, too. Yep, I added Sonic the Hedgehog and Charmander. So, yeah, and Vampira, or Vam, and or Vamp and Unicorn, they actually thought that was kind of cool. I think Unicorn was really amazed at my strip mining, my mine, because she didn't a lot of them don't understand the pillar thing. And I'll say it to other people who are like, why is he doing it with 3 in the middle? There's 3 reasons. One, I play 7 Days to Die. So I know about structure. You need to have supports, otherwise that shit gonna collapse. And it's just an old habit. I could take it all out if I wanted to. 2, it allows me to put torches somewhere, not on the floor, so if there's a ore or something on the ground that I actually need, I can quickly go and mine it up. And 3, if you watch how I put down my torches, it's like a map pointing me to the stairs. And if anything, if I get lost, I can find the torches and I can just follow them back to where I have to go. So, yeah, that's the main reasons why I do it. So, yeah. And we only have about another... about 7 minutes left on the tape before I'm just gonna go quiet and let you guys watch me insert Kobe and his daughter into the cemetery, and also then going and doing the funeral. The funeral is just music on top of it. 9 minutes long. I'm sorry, it's a bit long, but yeah. I just want to say so far, because we are at episode 92. 92! 8 more episodes, and then we are at episode 100. Do you guys know what that means? We have been doing this for 100 weeks, for a little bit under, maybe probably about half, about 100 weeks of just Minecraft. And then you have all the other things like Skyrim. We're already up into, how I record it, up to episode 30-something. For Assassin's Creed, we are about, for next month, yeah, for when you guys see us, we are at episode 35. One more, and then it's the bye week, and then we go into Liberation, the next one in New Orleans. Like, we are making amazing strides to get these old games done, because yes, I'm doing a remaster of Assassin's Creed 3, but these are older games. Kids nowadays don't understand, like, oh, I only want to see new games. Awesome, good for you. But for the old gamers who are still like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? I want to see something that reminds me of the old days. Hell, I'm playing a game, The Punisher, from the 90s, okay? That's an old game. Like, no, wait, 90s or early 2000s. Still, that's an old game, guys. I'm going to be doing Saints Row, which was a bad bootleg of GTA that became its own wacky game. I still remember back when I was younger hearing, hey, let's go to Freckle Bitches, and knowing exactly what they mean. Kids nowadays, what the fuck's a freckle bitch? But yeah, it's just, I love playing the older games, and I'm even thinking about doing Sonic. I like doing a quick Sonic tutorial from Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 to just getting the old games, because the old games were fun. The older games were like rage quit, having fun. Oh shit, I just lost all my rings. Fun. That, and I got Dig Dug. There was a sale not too long ago where I could get the old games like Dig Dug, Galactica, Pac-Man. The old games I used to play at arcades and with my friends on the old TV $5 console, the good ones. Nowadays, you gotta spend like $500 on a new system to have a good time, and then that's not including the games, the controller, the headset, the live. It just it's weird nowadays to be a gamer, because now, back then when all this started, not a lot of people were gamers, mainly just kids. Now everybody wants to be a gamer. Little kids, I want to be a YouTube star. I want to be an Instagram star. I want to be this. I want to be that. You never hear a kid go, I want to make a car that runs on milk. You don't hear that anymore, which is kind of sad, but also kind of good, because they know their limitations. They know. So, I only got about 5.5 minutes on the tape. So, yeah, when this comes out, yeah, we got episode 31 of tomorrow of Skyrim, then episode 35 of Assassin's Creed, and episode 11 of Far Cry. That being said, because of all that, we're getting pretty far into all these games, and hopefully I can just go bam, 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 bam. Just have 3 consecutive bye weeks for you guys. That way you guys can have a break, I can have a break, and yeah, hopefully more vlogs on the way too. Thanks to leaving the factory I used to work at, I have more time to show you guys how my life is, how it's working. Hell, I'm even looking at getting my own apartment in a few months. Also, I still have to do a little video for you guys so you guys can know what I'm going to be taking with me to the Ren Fair come June, July. And I'm actually trying to get a hidden camera so I can walk in and record a few things while we're walking up and all that stuff. I might kill the audio and look to buy Ren Fair music. That way you guys can get a sense of what we're working with. And then also, yeah, if people have a problem with me recording them and all that stuff, I'm sorry. And there are never really a lot of little kids, which makes it a little bit harder for me, but this is to show people like what we have in Wisconsin. And I know everywhere has Ren Fair, like Renaissance fairs and all that, but it's kind of cool to see that in Wisconsin, because we're we pride ourselves on being badasses, where we have open carry wherever you want to go. We have knife carry wherever you want to go. Conceal carry, which is awesome for people, especially where in like Milwaukee and Beloit, where people go into liquor stores and rob them all the time, or sometimes. Sorry, and that's not a stereotype. Back when I was younger, I used to walk in to a liquor store with my father, and sometimes we would have to sit up against a sidewall while they got robbed, and they were just cool about it. I was like, yeah, here you go, take it. And then my father would go up and be like, yeah, here's some cash, quick, get me a bottle. And it was just like cool. He was just cool about it. So, yeah. So we are at, how I'm seeing from the recording, the audio recording, we are at 35 and a half minutes. So, without further ado, before we get into the cemetery, which, as you guys can see, is getting super tall, because I want to build it all the way up so I can start doing the assassin temple up on the very top floor, where people can go up there and pay their respects. So, without further ado, before I actually get cut off, because this thing's only 37 minutes, 3 seconds long for the video, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe today, follow me on Twitter. I do not have an Instagram, but follow me on social media. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. If you liked it, leave a like down below, subscribe today, and remember, always have fun playing in the dark. I will see you guys in the next one. Night.
AudioMicro.com